So my client that did my 6 weeks confidence program, he asked me to make this video. He actually asked me for help with this in a session. So how to get out of your head, stop overthinking and stop freezing up in social situations. How to be confident with family, with friends, with meeting new people, with doing public speaking and just in everyday social situations, and how to also get out of your head in your life so you can work on your business, your goals, your dreams and your vision. So listen up. And I just want to make a point of saying, this wasn't just a challenge from my client. This is a universal challenge. Every single human being living and breathing at some point struggles with this, myself included. But I've got the solution, so listen up. If you're new to my YouTube channel, my name is Jonathan. I'm a confidence coach. I coach people on how to overcome fear, anxiety, self-doubt, and I teach them how to build discipline, accountability, goal setting, confidence, so they can achieve their vision. If that's something that you're passionate about and you're committed to doing the following, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'll make you a little bit better looking, more inspired, more motivated, and you're going to learn a lot. And I'm also going to appreciate learning a lot from you and your support, all right? So let's get into it. So I think the first thing is you've got to be honest about the problem, which my client was, which is brilliant. And that takes a lot of courage because a lot of people don't have the character and the strength to be vulnerable and honest about their anxiety, whether it's social, life, fear, insecurity, low self-esteem, and that just keeps them stuck. That gets you in your head more. So honesty is the best policy. You have to overcome the opinions of other people, because for as long as you care more what they think than you care about yourself and what you think, you're always going to be in your head. You're always going to be socially inhibited. You're going to be insecure. You're going to be self-hating, you're going to feel unattractive, you're going to feel stupid, dumb, unintelligent, you've got nothing to offer, you're going to feel stuck, you're going to feel rigid, and it's not going to be fun. Life isn't going to be fun. So obviously, step number one is honesty. Now the second one, for me, is about going into the arena. And I'm going to give you different examples of what the arena is. Basically, the arena, I'll give you an example, this might make sense. So wherever you're frightened, you're always on the outside of the fear. So if you've got a fear of public speaking, you're sitting at home and you're thinking about the worst case scenario. If you've got a fear of going into the boxing ring for the first time and sparring or having a boxing match or MMA, you're sitting down and you're thinking about it, and you're thinking about the worst case scenario, getting beaten up, getting knocked out, getting humiliated, people laughing at you, people putting it on the internet, people making fun of you, feeling that you're a loser, that you're a failure, you're a disgrace. Same with starting a business. You're sitting down in your original job complaining that you don't like it, you don't like your boss, you don't like how you're being treated, you don't like the salary, you don't like the people, blah, blah, blah. You're thinking about starting your own business, but the fear, the anxiety, you're stuck in your head, you're stuck in the pattern of negative thinking, of putting yourself down, of identifying with a false identity, I'm not good enough, I'm not enough. And your mind will take you back to the past of all the times where you failed or you felt ashamed or people laughed at you and put you down. So you're stuck there. You're stuck there. If you want to ask someone out and you like them, or you've met someone, you've got a connection, you can't send a message because you're frightened. You're afraid that they're not going to like you. They're not going to respond. They're going to change their mind. They're going to think you're weird. They're going to think you're strange. So you're staring at the message for 3 hours trying to construct the perfect message. You've got to write the works of Shakespeare to get the attention or for the person to like you or respond back to you. You're stuck. You're stuck in fear and anxiety, and you care what people think. And I know because I've been there many times. So you've got to make a commitment. Are you going to stay stuck and avoid people criticizing you? No one knows that you exist. So you let yourself off the hook. Oh, I'm safe now. No one's going to judge me. No one's going to attack me on the internet. No one's going to harm me, no one's going to hurt me, but you're miserable. You don't like yourself, you don't like your life. Everything bothers you. Your family make you angry because you've got your family triggers, you're angry at them because they didn't do something for you or whatever they done to you. You're angry at your friends, you're angry at your teachers, you're angry at me, you're angry at everybody, and you're angry at yourself because you're allowing yourself to be a coward. You're cowering away from living a great life. And that's what all this means. And it affects you in every area, every single area, socializing, business, going to the gym. That's why so many people on this channel are not doing anything, because they're allowing the fear to keep them stuck. They're too serious. Has your mum ever said to you, you should smile? My mum said it all the time. She still says it now. You should smile more. You look so much more handsome when you smile. Our grandparents, our mum, what they're trying to say is you're in your head too much. You're too serious. You're too intense. And the women tell the men all the time, women don't like us when we're like that. We're so intense. It's like a pressure cooker. It's going to explode with anxiety, with stress, with pressure. So it's the pressure of trying to be something you're not, of trying to be perfect, of trying to be liked. Instead of just being yourself and saying, right, I'm going to make a commitment. And that's a warrior. There's no shame in failing. There's actually class in going for it and failing. Daring to be great. So you take one step forward and say, I'm going to talk to someone today. I'm going to face the fear and do the best I can. That's the first physical step. We'll go back again. So public speaking. When I first done my first public talk in Covent Garden, I hired a comedy room. I was sitting, I was rehearsing it for many weeks, many months. When it came to doing the talk, I was petrified. I froze up, I started stuttering, I got nervous, and everybody saw it. It was the best thing that ever happened to me, because it got me out of my pride, out of caring so much about what people think. Like, my life is so important, everyone needs to care about me and what I'm doing. And it made me confident, it made me hungry, it made me want to overcome caring too much about what people think and being selfish. And being selfish, all about me, all about how I'm coming across, rather than what can I give as opposed to what can I take. And these are some of the values I was teaching my client. Instead of going into social situations, thinking about what can I get approval, how can they like me, how can they approve me, how can they make me feel worthy, how can they give me compliments, you've got to get out of that. What can you give? You can give a lot. Kindness, honesty, truth, how's your day? Just be a nice person. Doesn't matter if you're stuttering, doesn't matter if you're nervous. What matters is that you face the truth. You face the fear. And in facing the fear, you get outside of your head. You can smile more. All that tension in your face, all that screwing your face up starts to release. All those emotions, all those uncomfortable feelings that arise, all that, the inner chaos, that inner war that you're going through, that invisible fight, you start to free yourself up. And that's why we're fascinated when we watch dancers and singers when they're in the flow, because they're not inhibited. They don't care what you think, at least in those moments. They're in their bliss, they're in their joy, they're living their potential, they're living their vision. They're not living for the opinions of other people, they're living their dreams. And we witness it and we see it, we feel the essence of it, and we want to be part of that. And that's why we love watching boxing. That's why we're excited to watch Errol Spence against Crawford, because we want to see people living the truth in the arena. We don't want to see cowards. It's boring. It doesn't make us feel inspired. It doesn't get us past our complaints, our blaming, our misery, our lack of gratitude, our low self-esteem, our lack of dreams, our lack of goals, our lack of desire, our lack of honesty. We don't want to see that. It's miserable. We already live with that. So we want to see people that work hard. We want to see people that put it all on the line. They don't care about what people think. They care about being the best person they can be. They actually care about helping people, inspiring them, empowering them, enriching them, educating them. So it's motivation. You need the motivation. You've got to be committed. I only work with people that are committed. I don't work with half-truths, one foot in, one foot out. It doesn't work. It's painful. It's agony. So same with the boxing. I was frightened of boxing for 20 years. I was a coward. I used to love watching boxing on TV. I used to like talking a lot of BS about boxing. I used to like doing the pads, like doing the bag, because I was comfortable. I was safe. Until one day, I felt my own inner voice say, you're a coward, Jonathan. You're frightened. You're a coward. You talk a lot. You say this and that, but you're not living it. You're not facing the fear. You're not getting it, because you're afraid of getting knocked out. You're afraid of getting exposed. You're afraid of looking socially uncomfortable. And after that critic just beating me down, I've had enough of this. I don't care if I die. I want to die being brave. I don't want to die being a coward. So I went in the gym. I spoke to her and I said, look, I'm nervous. I want to do it. I got in. And I got beaten up and I got embarrassed, but I felt good because I did it. And I did it every single week, and I got better and better and better and better until I loved it, until I volunteered. I started off hiding, going in the gym. I didn't want to be picked. Going in the toilet, hiding behind the bag, because I knew that I didn't want eye contact. I didn't want to do it. I was frightened. I knew I was going to get beaten up. I wasn't good enough yet. I wasn't confident enough. I cared too much what people thought about me because of all the damaging and the bullying around the council estate and in my school, and I didn't want to revisit that place. I didn't want to feel what it felt like to be that person that didn't feel good enough, that felt ugly, that felt ashamed, that felt embarrassed, that felt like he was a loser. I didn't want to feel that again. But I didn't realise that was the place I had to go. I had to go to that place to overcome the feelings of shame, disgust, embarrassment. I'm not good enough. I'm a failure. I'll always be a loser. And it was going to that place that I experienced victory. And that made me feel confident. That made me not give a single care what anyone thought about me because I felt brilliant about myself. And that's what it means to my clients, and that's what it means for me to help them to get that place of victory, whether it's talking to someone, starting their own business, losing weight, overcoming the old voices of the bullying and the damage and the abuse and the victim mentality, becoming a great person, a person of passion, a person who's got a vision, who believes in himself and makes no excuses to achieve it. No excuses are acceptable. So it's the motivation. So when I did the public speaking, it gave me confidence, and that's what I got my client to do on the 6 weeks program. He took up public speaking. He started. He's coming to my event. He's making progress. So anyone can do it. It's not just a mindset. It's a heart set. It's your heart. If you don't have the heart, you're not going to do it. Your mind will win. So the only way to beat the mind is with massive heart, massive courage. You've got to want it more than you don't want it. You've got to be more hungry to succeed than you are afraid of failing. You've got to care more about being the best person you can be than other people criticizing you and attacking you and bullying you. And then it's water off a duck's back. Then you welcome the criticism. I'm glad I got criticized because it made me like this, and I like this person. It made me successful. The critics and the bullies at school made me get high ticket clients. They helped me to be financially free. They helped me to get a beautiful relationship. They helped me to travel around the world. They helped me to attract clients from all around the world. People fly all around the world to come and work me. It's not just because I'm good looking and charming. Thanks God for making me that way, and thanks to my lovely mum and dad. It's because of the courage. It's because I worked my arse off. It's because I was willing to get knocked down again and again and again and again and never give up, never quit, and learn from great teachers, from great men and women with great character, not weak characters, great character. And this is how you build good character, by being a good person. But to get to that place, you can't do it in books. You can't hide in books, in theory, in rationalization, in intellect. You've got to get in the arena, and you've got to get uncomfortable. And you've got to get uncomfortable every single day of your life till you die if you want to live your vision. If you don't want to live your vision and you don't want to be successful, then what's the point of coming on my videos? Unless it's just to look at me because I'm good looking and charming and you want a bit of entertainment. You're very welcome. Hit that like button. So that's what it means. You can't just be passive. You can't just walk through life going, yeah, I want to be confident. Yeah, I want to inspire people. Yeah, I want to be a good parent. I want to make my parents proud. Or I want to stop being angry. And the anger that you feel towards yourself, the hatred, it's down to you. It's on you. Because we could always blame someone. We've all been bullied. I got bullied. I wanted to be better. I don't want to get bitter. I want to get better. I don't want to let the bullies win. How do I not let the bullies win? By not being like that, by being kind, being successful, and overriding the possessive darkness and opinions and abuse that they put in me, and forgiving them, praying to God, understanding that they suffered and people can change, and we've all made mistakes. So success is how you overcome all these issues, and that all of this is how you get out of your head. Not just to speak to people, but to be a better person. This is every single day. Are you making the bed? I've got some questions for you guys, very simple. This will tell me about your character. If I come to your house now, how does your bed look? How does the floor look? How does the dishes look? How's your attitude? How do you speak to people? How do you treat people on day to day? How do you treat your mum? How do you treat your parents? And if it's not good, then that's why you're in your head. That's why you're miserable. That's why you have no gratitude. That's why you're not grateful. You're not grateful for what you've got. So you have to have gratitude, and your gratitude is your attitude. And if your attitude ain't right, you've got to change it. So going in the boxing ring and getting my ass kicked and getting punched all over the place and humiliated helped me to change my bad attitude I had in my 20s. I know all these mistakes because I made them all. I know this bad character, this misery, this lack of self-esteem, because I used to be like that. It takes one to know one. But I also know what it means to change it, because I changed over the course of 15, 20 years. I'm still a work in progress, getting better. And I know you can change. I've helped loads of people to do it. But I can't do it if you're not committed. If you're going to blame me, and you're going to blame all your mentors, and you're going to blame your parents, and you're going to blame society, that can't help you then, because you're giving all your power away. It's always someone else's fault. You know, losers always find blame. There's always someone to blame. A champion finds a way. There's no excuses. If you're living and breathing and you're alive, there are no excuses. There really isn't. There really isn't. So it's hard work. What is it you guys and girls want to achieve? Where are you most frightened? Where do you feel insecure? Where do you feel ashamed? Where do you feel judged? Where do you feel that you're going to be caught out? That's the area you need to go. And it's usually public speaking. It's business, it's career, it's love, it's relationships, it's creativity, it's all those areas. So what I'd done was, when I was rock bottom in my early 20s and I had suicidal thoughts and I was thinking about ending my life because it felt like a good option at the time, and I lived in a small dingy flat and I was on benefits and I was broke and I was single, I was lonely, I was angry, I was victim mentality, everyone else's fault but mine. I heard a message from Les Brown. And he said, you will fail your way to success. Someone's opinion of you doesn't have to become your reality. And it made me cry. It broke me down. It made me motivated. And I went, right, I'm going to go out. I'm going to face every single thing that frightens me. Because everything scared me. I was a scaredy cat. I was a coward, 100%. I was the full definition of a coward, frightened of everything. Frightened of responsibility, money, people, criticism, love, boxing, training, traveling, family. Everything frightened me. I didn't want to come out of my house. I was so ashamed. So I started to come out of my house, go for long walks in Chelsea, in West End, to get comfortable in public, in my own body, just to feel normal. Then I took up public speaking. Then I practiced talking to women, going on first dates. Then I went to self-improvement seminars. Then I started my own business. Then I started teaching. Then I did public talks. Then I done boxing. Then I faced my biggest fear, which was having a fight. I lost the fight, but I won the war. I got knocked out, I got stopped, I got back up. But I'd done it, I faced it. I travelled, faced all my fears over a period of 18 months, and it transformed my life. I got a girlfriend, I became financially free, I moved in with my girlfriend, I got on better with my parents, I stopped hating people, I stopped hating myself, I started to treat people well, and I became a coach and started to teach people. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I realised all the years no one was stopping me but me. It wasn't my area. It wasn't society, it wasn't the bullies, it wasn't my parents, it was my own toxic negative thinking and my lack of discipline, my lack of accountability and my low self-esteem and low self-worth. It was all on me. It was all on me. And that's what was exciting. So it's all on you. It's down to you to live a successful and a meaningful life. And this is what I'm going to be talking about at my event coming up next Sunday. You're very welcome to come. It's a free event on how to live a successful and a meaningful life of gratitude. So the lack of gratitude already shows the character. You probably recognize this voice. Someone that always complains about their parents, they're always moaning about their boss, they're always gossiping and criticizing and moaning about their friends, they're always moaning how hard things are, how much lack of opportunities they are. Probably sounds like you. That probably sounds like you, because that used to be me. And that's a conversation that I hear all the time. Just walk around the world, listen carefully, you'll hear people moaning. But successful people are not moaning, they're grateful. Waking up, thank you God for the health that you've given me. Thank you for giving me another day where I can live. I've got an opportunity to be better, to be nicer, to develop myself, to go gym, to eat. Thank you for giving me that. That is success, and the courage to go and face these things. And if you fail, who cares? Who cares if you fail? At least you tried. You're failing right now by doing nothing. No one respects that. There's no growth there. What can you respect? Someone that does nothing. Oh great, let's give them a reward. What, for doing nothing? For doing absolutely nothing. You can't live like that. That's how you get unwell. So that's the message for today. That's how you get out of your head socially. Treat people how you want to be treated, and that's how you do it in any area of. This works in any area, in any profession. This works for a singer, for a businessman, for a boxer, for an MMA fighter, for a teacher, for a 9-to-5er. Anyone and everyone. It doesn't discriminate. But the person has to have the courage. They have to have the courage to go within themselves and face the fear. And face it with courage, and not be careful and not walk on eggshells. I rest my case, all right? Hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't enjoy it, it's not my problem, all right? Speak to you soon. Have a great day. Fearless.